Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
I push that weight to get that dough, but I don't break cause I've been broke. If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it and bet if I had to, I'd do it again. It ain't no race if I don't win. I push that weight to get that dough, but I don't break cause I've been broke. If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it and bet if I had to, I'd do it again. It ain't no race if I don't win. Trust I'm coming up for that top spot, coming up for that throne. Trust I'm coming up for that drop top, coupe sitting.
We're here. Throughout my time being a wrestling fan, being an admirer of the craft of the art of wrestling, there are very few who captivated me from the beginning and captivated me throughout their career. Kane did initially. Eddie Guerrero, Triple H for a little bit there. Stone Cold had everybody captivated, so I won't even put him here. How can you not be captivated with The Undertaker? There are just certain people that come along that they're just an anomaly. They're their own thing, their own being, their own God per se. It's just some people leave impacts on your life that you never really think in this fantasy world of, feuding and storytelling that really affect you in a way that impacts how you look at things moving forward. I am the color red in a world filled with black and white. One of the many, many great philosophical but true things spoken by the late great Wyndham Rotunda, better known as Bray Wyatt. So on today's episode of The Grind, we are going to take time to pay a little homage to Bray Wyatt today. Now, there's no secret. I am a huge Wyatt fan. I have a figurine back there, a couple of figurines. Both of those, well, I actually have two actual pieces of art up there. I mean, it's a lot. I have his mask. I have his gloves. Like, you can see the Hawk Moth here. But Bray Wyatt captivated me and so many others in a way that I don't think anyone else will be able to do again. From the beginning, through the bits and pieces of storytelling and the way that he told his stories and the way that he, captivated us, got our attention, was something that we had never seen before. It was very whimsical. It was very meticulous. It was very pointed. And before I really get into what I'm going to do here on today's episode, I wanted to start off this way in red. Just to pay a little bit of a homage to him. And I know some people in the comments are going to be hollering about, well, you think he Bray. He's so much. Look, man, let's just celebrate someone for once without having to go back and forth about stuff. So, Bray Wyatt, your birthday was on May 23rd. You would have been 38 years old with us today. And today I wanted to pay a little homage to you.
If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it and bet if I had to, I'd do it again.
So on today's special edition episode of The Grind, we are going to talk about the 6 Wyatt moments that captivated me. And I'm going to sit here and tell y'all now, it was hard trying to narrow this down. I wanted to make sure that I was being fair and that I really gave it some thought and think about what happened from it or how it was influenced by Bray. So again, as always, this is my list. Feel free to add in moments and things that I may have missed, or you feel is better. Before we get into that, catch the grind every single Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on Sartoba Media. Full episodes of the grind every single Saturday. As of this moment, when you are all seeing this episode, I am actually away on vacation with my family, having a great time. So please enjoy this episode. Drop your thoughts, man. Like, share, all the good things that can help our media brand grow. And you can catch the grind on many different other social media platforms. Those platforms will be available for you to see at the end of today's episode. Now, let's get into this top 6 Bray Wyatt moments. Starting out with number 6, the Firefly Funhouse match. It was a match of the minds. And as much as it had some physical moments, it was more about the mind. And we had never seen a type of match like this before that played on the weaknesses or the opportunities of the person that opponent that Wyndham was going against. And it was fun. It was all the things that, people wish John Cena was, people wish John Cena would become. And it put him in moments of where he could have been what he said he would never be, even though he lied and he is what he is now, and Bray was right the whole time. The Firefly Funhouse match was during the COVID time, and it had to be cinematic. And man, you can see the ideas between those two gentlemen just flowing everywhere throughout this. It is fun. It is a good time. It is very, very memory lane driven. A lot of NWO references and things of that nature. So Firefly Funhouse is something you should go back and watch from 5 years ago now. It was an amazing match. One that, if you're really an analytical, deep thinker, one that pays attention to the little details, take a look at this match. Number 5 I have on this list is the Wyatt family debut. Now, they had been sending vignettes, in the swamp, the Wyatt family compound, the home of Sister Abigail, for weeks on Monday Night Raw. And then all of a sudden you get we're here. And they attacked Kane, and they put Kane on the shelf for a few months, and it rolled into an eventual feud between the Wyatt family and the Brothers of Destruction. But the way that they came out was very, very impactful in the sense of they took out a legend. They took out someone that you don't really see on their back a whole lot. And it was evil on evil, really, per se, because Kane, technically would be the face in the situation, but they always been the dark side of things. So it was a fun time to watch them debut and see the cultness, if you will, of Bray in this moment. And it was the birth of something, or a magical ride, should I say, that we never thought we would be on. But the debut of the Wyatt family comes in at number 5 on my list. Number 4 of my top 6 Wyatt moments is the influence of Bray Wyatt, and it is very heavy in the rendition of the Wyatt family that we have now, called the Wyattssicks. And I don't believe for the longest amount of time that there has been a debut more epic than the Wyattssicks last June or July. I want to say it was last June. When they appeared and took out the entire gorilla position backstage area, targeted Chad Gable, the spookiness and the the characters being unveiled one by one, and them being representations of what Bray created. But here's the thing, is that it wasn't what we thought it was going to be. We thought it was going to be really goofy and geeky and stuff like that. This stuff was sinister. And, they really put thought into how they wanted each person to be perceived, to be seen. For months, we've been seeing the Nightbird campaign captivate many fans until it finally paid off with Uncle Howdy taking his rightful place as the new leader of this newer version of the Wyatt family, known as the Wyattssicks. They started off pretty hot, and I understand an injury took place, so they just came back recently. Thank you, Jesus. I want to see what they do now with, themselves when they took out the whole tag division. And then you got Alexa Bliss on the same show as well, saying, Fiend or friends forever. Like, how is that going to work? Her and Uncle Howdy has a piece of the Fiend's cloth, the Fiend's pants on their actual fits. So what does this mean? What does it look like? What's going to happen? So the Wyatt-sicks comes in next on my list. Now, a very another epic debut that comes in at number 3 on my list is the debut of the Fiend at SummerSlam against Finn Balor. Oh my God, how epic. It was so simple, but epic. And think about all the thought we were being persuaded or really thrown off by the whole Firefly Funhouse and the very fun and geeky Bray, but he really was working on something sinister in the background. And when this Fiend debuted, dude, the look, the music, the feel, the lantern, everything about it should have spooked the living out of you. But it was so captivating. I remember they had that video with them watching it in the background. Johnny Gargano was sitting there just lost into it. And I'll be honest with you, I was just like Johnny Gargano. I was sitting there staring at it like, whoa, this is crazy. This is different. And this is what separated him from everyone else. Bray just thought outside of the box. And the lantern signified that he had killed the cult leader, basically Bray, and moved on into this next version of himself. So the Fiend debut, the Fiend match, it was just so perfect. The whole thing was perfect. I wish I could relive that again. I can look at YouTube videos and stuff, but actually being there in the moment and seeing how he debuted was amazing. So coming in at number 3 on my list is the debut of the Fiend. Number 2 on my list, and I'll be honest with you guys, I struggled with this really bad, but number 2 on my list is the return of Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules. And the promo that he had the following Friday night of Extreme Rules, his return with the White Rabbit campaign, similar to Nightbird, and oh my gosh, the crowd erupted. Triple H, hoodwinked us with how, it was going off, and just how we knew he never should have been gone. I'll put it that way. He never should have been gone, no matter what he was dealing with, what he was going through. Maybe gave him some extended period of time off, but actually to let this man go. And when he came back, it was just so much love, man. So much thought, so much, history with this. And he had brought Bo along with him this time. And they were going to embark on something very, very beautiful in my eyes. Now, what happened? I mean, we see what happened. Unfortunately, we lost Bray, but Bo is carrying it on. And I feel as if this moment was one of the most fulfilling and just, I don't know, it's I don't even know how to describe it, to be honest with you. I'm sitting here and I'm racking my brain and trying to figure it out, and I can't even think of how I would want to describe it. It was just a moment you should have been there. You could relive it, but it's nothing different than actually seeing it live and things for the first time. But his return, his promo that Friday night, man, was so from the heart. I really do think he was speaking as Wyndham and not as Bray. And so many people love him. So many people love him, me included, all over the world. And he got his flowers that night. And little did we know, if we knew things were going to be the way they were now, we definitely would have appreciated him more. Well, some others would have appreciated him more. His fans loved him no matter what. So number 2 on my list is the return at Extreme Rules / Friday Night SmackDown with the promo. Number 1 on my list is one that shouldn't be a shocker to many. And it is Bray winning the WWE Championship for the first time. He had been like on a blaze with feuds, carrying feuds, whether he won or lost it. His promo work, how he was putting people over. Bray Wyatt was just a thing of beauty. He was that diamond, that one diamond in the rough. But he kept coming up short in major matches. Now, how his WWE Championship reign ended, I will argue with you all the way to the cows come home that he should have beat Randy Orton and kept that title reign going a lot longer. But it is what it is. We can say that for a lot of his matches. But he never like veered away from making sure that he kept the main thing. And he was ultimately rewarded by putting down AJ Styles and John Cena to win the WWE Championship for the first time in his career. And like when you see the ambiance in that room, the ambiance in the room and that arena, and you see all the fireflies out and just him soaking in the moment, like it was just so well deserved. And one of the very few times that you look at someone who wins a title and you're like, that's it, that person truly deserved it. And he did it his way, which is something that, you know, can be respected forever. So he made it so that they couldn't overlook him, and it paid off big time. For me, that is the moment that stands out the most, the one that I will definitely never, ever forget out of all of the things that he has done. And I feel like it was the most impactful. It was like that big payoff. And a lot of people can learn a lesson from that because he kept the course. He stayed the course. He kept grinding. And it all paid off for him eventually by putting down probably, I mean, the top person in WWE in John Cena, and probably top 5 person at the time in AJ Styles. So number 1, Bray Wyatt winning that WWE Championship for the first time. And there you have it. Those are my 6 moments that stands out to me the most from Bray Wyatt's career. Now, he has many other moments that I wanted to add to this list, but I could not. But that's what I have you all here for. So do me a favor. Go into the comments section and let's just, you know, celebrate him in his 38th birthday by sharing some of our favorite moments of Bray Wyatt's career. Unfortunately, the anniversary of his death is coming up. You know, and it's kind of just a sad time, you know, for a lot of people. But, you know, the only way that we can continue to honor this man is if we decide to, you know, be happy, do what his son Nash did and dress as him as, you know, for his birthday, and continue to remember him in our minds and in our hearts. And remember that you are that color red. And, you know, it's a lot of things that I could spit to you as far as his promo work goes that really applies to real life. But I'll let you guys look into that. So before we get out of here, take a moment to please like, share, and subscribe. Sirtoba Media, SIRTOBA. Sirtoba Media is available on all social media platforms. Also, you can follow The Grind on other social media platforms. You will find those platforms here in just one moment. And remember, stay true to what you do, stay true to why you do, and always stay true to you. And I mean, if you can't do that, you know what to do.
I'm just a servant now. I go where the circle takes me.
I push that weight to get that gold, but I don't break 'cause I've been born. If ain't no pain, it ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it.